Today we have a 2026 GMC Sierra EV Extended Range AT4. That's a lot to get out, but this is our first AT4 trim Sierra EV. So if you're not familiar with the AT4 trim, that is our off-road variant for our GMC Sierra lineup. Of course, the Sierra is all electric. It boasts our extended range, which is 390 miles of range, which is phenomenal. You have your options for standard range, which goes up to 285 miles, or your max range, which is over 470 miles of available range. Now you get all of that range because you have a 670 volt architecture that's built into the battery for 300 kilowatt DC fast charging. So in your max range model, you can add over 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes. For this, it's gonna be just under 100 miles. So that's still phenomenal for just 10 minutes of DC fast charging. Of course, that's available on your public chargers as well as Tesla superchargers. Now the key differences between the AT4 trim and the Denali trim, obviously the Denali being more catered towards your luxury side, is that you are now missing air ride suspension. On the AT4 trim, you get heavy duty springs with an additional 2 inches of ground clearance. You get smaller wheels, so 18-inch wheels, but with large 35-inch all-terrain tires to help you get over any terrain. And you also get an exclusive terrain mode for the AT4. Now this is a large truck, but don't let that fool you. It drives as smooth as butter because it is electric. If you haven't driven anything electric, I beg you to get in one before you talk about it. It is a phenomenal driving experience, and it is as good as an automobile gets whenever it comes to smoothness. And let's talk about towing. This can tow up to 12,500 pounds, and from what people tell me, whenever they tow with their EV, they hardly feel it because this is a heavy vehicle. But don't let that scare you away. It's not a slow vehicle. It is a very fast, heavy vehicle. So it makes up to 625 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque. Now up front, you have an AT4 exclusive, your red tow hooks. You also have your GMC badging, and you have storage underneath your hood that you can access from your keys. Around back, we have the multi-pro midgate, and you can drop down with a touch of your buttons, or you can use your key fob right here, which will drop your tailgate automatically for you. In your truck bed, you have your power offboarding station where you can plug in your tools, accessories, anything you might have. There is one 240 volt outlet and two 120 volt power outlets. This is also V2 age capable. What that means is if you have a charging setup for your home, you can power your home temporarily with this truck and offboard it straight through here. All right, so on the inside of this AT4 Sierra, we get an exclusive seat trim. It is Forest Storm. It actually has this little green tint to it, but it's mostly black and gray, and you get a perforated dash treatment. You also get an 11-inch driver information center. Above that is your head-up display. That comes standard as well as Super Cruise on the AT4 trims. That's included for 3 years with your OnStar plan. Next to that is your huge 17-inch vertical display system. This is easy to use. You have tabs and applications to open at the touch of a button. Now what's really important here is that you have up to 14 different camera angles, including a rear bed camera. And that comes along with your technology package. Your technology package here is also going to include your rear view camera mirror, which is super handy. Much better than just a standard mirror looking through your back passengers if you have any. Now, one thing that's also important to notice is this truck comes with our Pro trailering system. Now, with the Pro trailering system, you can upload your trailer weight and information about the trailer to keep you safer while you're towing, as well as connect an accessory camera to the back of your trailer. Of course, we don't have one, but that is an option if you are someone who's going to be towing with this truck a lot. Part of the tech package is actually the AT4 Premium package, which encompasses both of those things. Now what that means is that you're going to get ventilated front seats. You're also going to get driver memory settings, as well as an awesome 7 Bose speaker system, and it sounds amazing, as with any of their Bose speakers that we have in our vehicles. Of course, with that AT4 Premium package, you also get your GMC midgate. That multi-pro midgate expands your 5'11" truck bed to a 10' 10" cargo storing area. The last thing worth noting on this AT4 is this console area. It's actually quite playful. Had to do a little bit of figuring out with it, but it's very useful. It has multiple purposes. So under here you have, of course, your normal storage area, but you have your cup holders that expand outwards. You have a USB-C charger down here. Close this up, and then close this little section up right here with a push, and that is your wireless charger. Now you have your cup holders. If you don't need your cup holders, again, just push them back. If you don't want your cell phone distracting you, push it underneath the screen. Now you have access to 2 more USB-Cs and a 12-volt outlet and more storage space. So that about wraps up our review of the 2026 GMC Sierra EV AT4. I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. And if you're in the market for maybe a Rivian R1T, now you have met its match. You have an off-road variant of an electric vehicle with almost 400 miles of range. And if you would like to upgrade, you can get 478 miles of range with our Max Range Edition. Of course, this is our first one to hit our lot, so if you're interested in an off-road electric vehicle, this would be your option for only $82,090. Come and get it today at Everett Chevrolet.